some of you know what greed does to you? Greed, man. Greed always gets the better part of you. When you're being greedy, it doesn't pay in the end. So I don't know if some of you remember, but I used to do an Applebee's, right? So keep the long story short, so I don't make this video long, I gave up the job because I got tired of guessing when I'm going to get paid. And I just couldn't get any straight answers on how often they do their paying for the vendors. You know, I showed everything I needed. My certificate of insurance, you know, my license, you know, all that stuff. So there shouldn't have been no delays. But basically, they almost owed me like $400. The job was getting done twice a month. Just the front part, in and out. That's not all the windows. So the original window cleaner, God knows what happened to him. But they told me that he wants somebody close and that the guy didn't clean very well. And I looked at the state that the windows were in, and I saw the kind of work that person did. I don't never talk about how poor another company is at cleaning windows unless the customer volunteers that information first. Then I say, yes, I can see that he left all the water in the corners. There's a bead of dried nastiness all the way down the side of the frame and the top where he made his pool. So the guy said he has people that working for him and he sends them out. So whoever he has working for him, I don't know if he knows that they're working that way and that it may have possibly cost the guy the account because obviously he wasn't pleased. But that may not even be the original story. And now that I'm thinking, because of what happened to me, I'm thinking that wasn't the original story. So here's what happened. I wasn't getting paid. I kept fighting about my money. I got so tired that I didn't even want to answer and deal with the aggravation. So I stopped doing it. I said, well, they'll get me paid eventually. So for the last 2 or 3 months, I kept seeing the guy, right? The general manager. He would go outside and smoke a cigarette. I'm there every single week. And I know it's probably killing him that the fact that I show up every time to clean his neighbors next door and their windows is trifling. He's looking at his own windows while he's outside smoking a cigarette. And he says, hi, did you get paid yet? I said, no. He said, listen, I called the office. He said, would you want to go ahead and do it? I said, yeah, when I get paid. He said, well, how about we do it like this? As soon as you do it, you give me the invoice and I'll put it in right away. You should get a check the next following week. And I was thinking, no, it doesn't work that way. He's trying to get me to clean the windows at by all means at my expense because they're already late. Why should I keep cleaning when I don't know when I get paid? You're a fool's fool if you keep doing that. Some of you do that. They'll keep doing it until the bill gets so far. And sometimes you may get stuck having to hire a lawyer and fight about your money. So I cut them off. I said, we either going to have to get a hold of the office so they can personally tell me how often they pay. If it's a month, then that's fine. I'll wait a month, but I'm going to hold you to it. If it's 2 months, then I got to know. That's fine, because that means I'm going to charge higher for that because I got to wait 2 months for my money. So waiting is not the issue, but at least let me know something. Don't just have me do business and I'm stuck in the dark. So he wanted me to keep cleaning, so I said no. He said, well, I don't blame you. He said, well, how about I pay you cash just this time until the office says not to? So we agreed upon that. Every time I do the windows, I get paid cash. So that went on. One time, he paid me cash. And I said, well, I'm going to just wait until he's ready. I'm not going to bother them because I really don't feel like doing business with them because they can't pay on time. I don't need money like that. All money ain't good money. So, Tony, the guy I told you he used to tattoo a lot of jobs, and I told you I showed him about the magic eraser. And, you know, not the magic eraser squeegee, but just the magic eraser in general. And I told him I use that in the restaurants, and he could use it for fingerprints. And I told you he's the fool that went in there and cleaned the whole place with the magic eraser. Only a couple spots. He said he got in there and got out like the Tasmanian devil. And he said that the guy said the windows look great. He said, Marcus, I just touched the doors up in the high traffic areas. I didn't even touch the windows. And he said they look good. He says, yeah, I did a fantastic job, didn't I? And the guy paid him and he left. I said, damn, Tony. I said, you crazy, man. This guy steals a lot of glass. So I said, all right. So he told me he picked up Applebee's. He knew I had the job. He knew that they were slow in paying. So I told him that to try to warn him. What did I tell you? So guess what? He called me 3 times because he said our friendship shouldn't be ruined because of this job. And then he came and approached me and they needed somebody to clean the windows. The windows was dirty. I said, yeah, but I told you that was my account and I was struggling getting paid. Why would you even take on the job? You feel me? So I got mad at him. So that ruined our friendship. I was done with him. So he left me a message telling me that he has this big job and to call him that he needs my help. So he says whatever happened before that was in the past. Then he was telling me he's not even doing it anymore. Guess what happened? Remember I told you about the laws of attraction? What goes around comes around. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to stoop to his level. Because when you try to tell somebody and look out for somebody because you think that they're your friend, friends don't steal jobs from one another. I don't care if I wasn't doing it no more or not. He knew the account was mine. And I was waiting to hear back from them. So whatever the manager told him anyway, he started cleaning it. Guess what happened? He charged them $150. I was charging him $90 plus tax. He charged almost double what I was charging, but he was doing more work than me. But check this out. Remember I told you in my previous videos, if you've been following me, they were going to give him 2 other stores. You know what? They couldn't even pay him for that one store. He was calling about his money, and I said, see, greed done got the best of him. His greedy ass can't get paid now. You see? His greedy ass couldn't get paid. So if he had listened to me, if he was a friend and he valued my opinion, he would have said, well, then I don't want to do business with these people. He done left a good friend of mine who was cleaning your windows. He left them hanging and didn't pay them on time. I don't want that for myself. The logical, normal, thinking person would be thinking this. Unless, of course, the person is a greedy son of a gun. Then, of course, yes. But he's a greedy son of a gun. So, greed got the best of him. So he said that he had trouble getting paid. He's not doing it anymore. And he said he tried to get his lawyer involved in trying to get the money that they owe him. You know what they told him? They said that he don't have the proper paperwork because he has high-rise insurance only. And he says his type of insurance, they won't accept that. So that was their excuse not to pay him. So now he's stuck because he didn't listen to me. And see, this is why I want to create this blacklist, all right? I want to create the blacklist so that people, small business owners like us, have a fighting chance to choose and know who we're doing business with. You see? So you know what's going to probably end up happening? Applebee's are probably going to try and get me to come back. And I'm going to charge them $200 a month because I know I got to wait for my money. Matter of fact, I probably don't even want to do business with them. Matter of fact, I'm blacklisting them. I'm putting them on my list. 2 reports. Check this out now. Follow me. 2 reports from 2 different window cleaners. Even though we know each other, we still got the bad end of the deal. But there's a pattern. The window cleaner before me, they done got rid of him. I know that they got rid of him like they got rid of me at a moment's notice. Just like they got rid of Tony at a moment's notice. So they're not happy. So guess what? They're going to burn their bridges. I tell you, that's what's going to happen. Because the next window cleaning company that comes in there, and trust me, they're going to be looking, because some windows going to be nasty as all heck. Ain't no way in the world their employees are going to be getting up on those ladders and doing it outside those windows because they can't even reach them. So they're going to call another company, right? You following me? They're going to call another company, and they're going to repeat the process all over again. This company wouldn't even know what the last window cleaners went through because they're not going to tell them the right thing to say. You know, they're not going to tell them the right story. They're probably just going to lie and say, oh, he wasn't showing up. He wasn't, maybe he wasn't doing a great job, just like the other window cleaner said he was doing. So if the new company that tries to take the account over, if they look on this blacklist, they'll see that you got 2 strikes against you. 1 more strike, and you're blacklisted permanently from any window cleaning company. I'm not saying that it could be that way, but it could very well be that way when it gets to a point where a business like that is a habitual, late player, or just not doing business right, or not running the store right. So Applebee's is connected to the others because they said that they was going to get 2 more Applebee's. He said he was going to get them. So it's the same franchise owner, apparently. So they're probably doing it over there too. And maybe it's just Applebee's in general all over the United States that operate this way. So if we have this list and there's another window cleaner, let's say in California, and there's an Applebee's down there, and he experienced the same thing. So there's a pattern. You see the pattern? So it could come to 1 or 2 conclusions. Maybe Applebee's is on the verge of going down the tubes. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but let's just say that that's a scenario. So that's all I wanted to say, is that greed. Do not let greed get in the way of your friendship, because it's just not worth it. All right? But this is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you in the next one.